Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of Locker Room Talk. I know this one is not when we're normally out. It's Monday, but that's because the draft happened when this comes out 3 days ago. And we wanted to come straight to you. We're still going to be posting on Tuesday and Thursday, but we wanted to make sure you guys saw this one right away, our reactions, because the draft is relevant. This is relevant. This is important. So we're filming, and here we are. So we're just going to be going over the draft. And, as always, I'm Ryan.
I'm Tyler.
Robert.
I'm Brian.
I'm Sean.
And let's just jump right into it. So, obviously, the consensus number one overall pick was Joe Burrow.
Not surprising.
They need a quarterback.
Also,
Yeah.
consensus. We said this on all the top three. Actually, if you go watch our original.
That's not true.
No, we said Okuda.
Ramos chose Tua for number 2.
Oh, I said as a bullshit.
Yeah.
You didn't actually. I
I don't know where
rewatched the
that
video,
came from.
and you say, "I think Tua's going number 2." Redskins.
he did say that.
Roasted.
I don't know where that idea came from.
So,
Just
if you want to
Redskins
watch our
Well,
video, okay, go ahead, Ramos. I
Oh,
was
no,
trying to.
no. It was like a bold prediction of like a joke. I had a feeling they'd go Chase Young. It was
Don't
just the
think it was.
Giant fan in me hoping Washington messes up.
But
So
Tua would be a better quarterback for them.
definitely.
Yeah. Over
Um,
Haskins.
So how would that be
definitely.
messing up?
Yeah, it would
Because
be.
that
it would
makes
be smart.
Haskins a bust then, since he was a top 10 pick and now his career's over.
But if
That's
you,
what
but
that's what Arizona did for
instead of
Rosen.
Tua, yeah, you could then trade him if he was a top 10 pick.
It'd be like, give us 3 first-rounders for the assholes like that.
So if you want to watch the video before this, you're welcome to. I don't know why you would actually, because it's a mock draft before, and then the draft already happened. So, but if you want to, the link's gonna be down in the description. Make sure to click below. So Bengals, obviously everyone knew that. 3 out of the 4 of us, because Sean wasn't here for the original draft, said that Chase Young was going to the Redskins. Then, of course, there's Ramos with his bold prediction. But I don't know if that's true.
That's okay, Brian.
The Lions, we said Jeff Okuda. But let's start at number 4,
that
the
was
Giants. Very surprising pick with Andrew Thomas.
Yep.
I knew they were going to go tackle. I just didn't know
everyone
which
knew it
one.
was a tackle.
Yeah.
Not Isaiah Simmons.
Oh, no,
No,
except for
Ramos.
Ramos. It was still Isaiah
Ramos said it was going to be Simmons. That's true.
Well, I mean,
It was confirmed, by the way. It was confirmed.
It was confirmed. He would have bet money on it if you guys go back to watch
Let's
last
just
video.
call Ramos Mel Kiper Jr.
I was pissed at the type of tackle they took because he's probably the
Give
third
offensive
best.
tackle some
Or
love.
experts were saying he's the third best, but now after listening like what like the experts and like draft insiders are saying, and it's still a need, and he's like versatile and has a lot of upside. So now I'm content with the pick, and I'm trusting Gettleman that Thomas will be the best out of the tackles drafted.
It's a safe
So,
pick. He has good technique.
It's a safe pick.
I don't
but
think you can
my-
go wrong with any of the tackles.
You
No,
really
my
can't.
only
agree.
problem with it is if you're going to draft him, he wasn't predicted to be up that high. It's the same problem I had with drafting Daniel Jones at 5 or 6. I forget which number it was. But you could have very easily traded down, gotten the exact same guy plus extra draft capital. There was no need to draft
But
him
also,
at
you
4.
never know, though.
Yeah, you
Everyone
never
has
know.
a different
No,
board.
so the
There's
Chargers-
some teams that definitely had Andrew Thomas as number
The
one.
Chargers were looking to trade up, so were the Panthers. So obviously you knew that the Chargers and the Dolphins were both going to take quarterbacks. Like that was guaranteed. We already knew Tua was basically a guarantee for the Dolphins. Herbert was going to be the other quarterback who was probably going to go to the Chargers unless they traded up. So you could have traded down with one of those two teams. So the Chargers especially, they could have gotten ahead of the Dolphins. They probably would have drafted Tua instead. And then the whole draft would be different. The Dolphins probably would have drafted Herbert, and then you'd still get your guy plus an extra pick that the Chargers would have gave you. So there was no reason to draft him that high.
Or if they probably didn't even want to trade with the Giants.
Nah, I think if Tua wasn't on the board, I think the Dolphins would have went tackle. I don't think they would have taken Herbert.
I think they would have gone tackle, but I think they would have gone probably with Mekhi Becton, who didn't go until 11 to the Jets.
I mean, thing is,
Because
the
Mekhi
Browns
Becton, in my
would've
opinion,
gotten-
was the best tackle in on the board. He was, in my opinion.
Really?
He
Yeah.
definitely has the ability to become the
He
best
can.
tackle.
I mean, he's
He has the
6'7".
ability.
He's like 360, but the weight is kind of an issue with him.
Yeah, because they're calling him right now like someone said I forgot who it was. Someone said he was a project, which I disagree with. I don't think he's a project, but I think Will's
He
might be-
hasn't reached his full potential
I
yet.
just
No,
think he's
he-
gonna have to switch his position to guard.
He shouldn't be a guard. He
Well,
might be a tackle.
He's gonna be so. I don't know. He's gonna be really. I don't know.
You know, if it doesn't work out at tackle, you can move him to guard, and he'll probably.
Well, the
I think
only
he'll
reason why he
succeed
can
there.
still be a good tackle is because of his 40 speed. It's like pull and stuff.
Oh yeah, dude, he can run. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
For
Man
a
has-
lineman.
He's big though. He's 360. I don't know how he does
Yeah.
that. Hey, what did he run?
5'2".
5, yeah.
Which is not bad for especially
For
someone
him?
that,
For his weight?
that weight. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Obviously a normal like someone who's not 360 pounds could run faster than that, but
And 6'7", but
especially someone of that
40
size
for a-
being able
in,
to
like,
run
years.
a 40 that fast is pretty impressive.
Honestly, it's probably faster than most of us would run.
Maybe. Number 5, pretty obvious.
Best pick in the draft.
We said that
Obvious.
Tua was going to go to the Dolphins.
they
As
wanted
we
him,
said,
so.
Herbert was probably going to be the other quarterback who was going to go to the pick below the Dolphins, either the
That's not what
Chargers.
everyone said.
That's what we
Literally,
said.
the tank for
That's what we
Tua
said.
Do you think,
started
mock
last
draft.
year.
What?
Do you think Tua or Herbert are
We
going to
picked
start
him.
this year or not?
Tua, I doubt starts this year.
No, I don't
Herbert, I
think
can
so.
see
I
starting
think will.
midway through.
But not first
I
week.
think
Do you think?
both of them,
Or-
but-
or
Actually,
do
I,
you?
I don't think Tua
Or at
sees
least
the
week
field
1.
at all this year
Right.
because we still have Rosen as our backup. So I think they're still going to give him a chance because if he decides to play well, Rosen, that's some good trade
Decides.
bait there.
If he decides.
You never know. If he plays well, we
it's
could
like
easily
it's his
trade him.
choice.
It is his choice.
No, I
pick
think
was he?
Rosen-
Hard
John
or
Elway.
I think
become a
Tua would
bust.
be the backup.
no, it's
Yeah.
going to be Rosen the whole year. He's going to be backup.
Really?
Tua's
You
obviously going to be the best quarterback coming out of camp. I think that's a guarantee.
guys think you're
But
gonna
they're going to
gonna-
not. What?
you guys are gonna have 3 quarterbacks the whole season?
Normal. That's normal. Right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not-
if you have 4, that's-
Starter,
yeah,
backup, and third
mhm.
string.
Fitzpatrick's going to start. If he doesn't play well, then Rosen will come in. And then we're just going to flip flop between those two. I think the only time Tua sees the field is either week 17, the very last game, or for blowing a team out. That's the only time I see him playing.
Yeah, but the Dolphins blowing a team out, how likely is that?
Hey, our
It
team's
was-
pretty good this year.
So honestly,
They're gonna be pretty
after
good.
free agency
Weird.
and the draft, I think the Dolphins probably the most improved team.
We're
just-
not talking about that yet.
off the
Let's
top,
go
but-
through the picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go through the picks.
go through.
yeah.
Number
Go through the
6,
picks first.
Herbert. We did say
Yeah.
that was going to happen in our mock draft. Derek Brown. I think that was pretty consensus defensive tackle.
I kind of thought they
was,
would
yeah.
take Simmons
'Cause he was
to
left.
replace Kuechly.
Yeah.
Bro.
I was kind of
Yeah.
surprised with Derek Brown, but he's
I'm
still a
sup-
good player.
I'm surprised about the 8th with Simmons. I know he's the best. He was the best available, but I don't know.
He could have taken tackle to protect Murray, but
I was
He
thinking
is the
about
best.
offensive line.
I was
I think
thinking
that's the best
tackle,
player available.
Tyler,
Yeah.
but still a great pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was obviously the best player on the board at that point.
hmm
So at number 9, the Jags took C.J. Henderson. So how do you guys
He
feel
was
The
about that?
replacement for Ramsey.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
they had to replace
and
their
Boye.
2 corners they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean
Like-
he's still like a really good player, elite player. So replaces Ramsey and Boye. So I'd say it's a solid pick for Jacksonville.
I think he's probably the best defender available, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely the best corner available as well.
Yeah.
100%.
Some people had him on their
good
boards
player.
over Akuda, so
Really?
What was
yeah,
just
that's what I heard.
reasoning for that was because they said like C.J. Henderson had an amazing career and like he only let up 1 touchdown his whole collegiate career, but
Which is
then
good.
Akuda just had 1 breakout year.
Yeah.
Like
That's
that's
all you
why.
need is a breakout year.
Yeah,
Joe
literally.
Burrow.
Yeah, Burrow's number 1 now.
He was
Yeah.
going to be a 6th round pick, and now he's
Yeah, Burrow's gonna be a 6th-round
Number
pick.
Yeah, he
one.
probably had the greatest season of a college quarterback ever.
if only Jake Fromm had that year.
Yeah, well, Bills Mafia, baby.
Yeah, Bill Mafia backup.
Number 10, we had the Browns taking Wills. Fantastic tackle out
I
of
was
Alabama.
surprised with that one.
I knew it was going to be an
Really?
offensive tackle.
I didn't think it would be Wills because he's a right tackle, and they just signed Conklin.
Yeah.
So that means
yeah,
they have to move
Conklin.
one of them to left tackle.
Well,
And they're not
That's why
moving him.
I
They're not
thought
moving
Wirfs or
Conklin.
Becton would have been
Yeah.
a better pick.
I thought they were going
Yeah,
to
but
take
if
worse there.
I heard they were. Apparently, I heard they were moving Conklin to guard.
Really? Ooh.
He's making a lot of money. to
No, I
play
don't think
guard.
you would
Yeah,
do that.
I
You
don't
don't
think-
mess with
I don't think
that.
that would
You
happen.
you make the rookie move, honestly.
No,
I think you got to move one of them.
You can't.
If
move
the
a rookie.
rookie's better than the veteran, I don't think you would.
No, Conklin
The thing is-
very good.
Willis is used to protecting the quarterback's blind side, so like it's gonna be like the same exact style of play for him, except he's on the other
Yeah,
side.
well, I think. Yeah, I would put Wolves at left tackle. Keep
Yeah, because
Conklin
he's used to
right
protecting
tackle.
the blind side. Conklin's not used to doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the one thing you don't want to do is move a rookie's position.
Eric Flowers.
Coming out, he was a tackle.
Well,
He didn't
yeah.
move his position.
Tyler,
Yeah,
you and
he
Ramos
didn't?
drank
He
at the
just
same
sucked in his
time. That's
position.
pretty cool.
Oh, I thought you said he
Conklin
moved him. I thought Coughlin moved
Midway
him.
through his career.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
so-
Like now, he's a guard.
Jackson.
But that's
Yeah.
because he sucked at tackle.
Yeah.
My bad. But still, he was a bust.
Uh,
100%.
so with the 11th pick, the Jets took Mekhi Becton, who we did talk about a little earlier. One of the better tackles on the board. So obviously a solid choice.
Yeah,
for
that
them.
upside's insane for him.
You know,
Yeah.
they could have
Yeah, I
went
mean, it
wide
was-
receiver.
He can become a
here,
monster.
But I mean, it's safe to
Yeah,
protect Sam Darnold.
all of us besides me chose wide receivers in the mock draft. The
Yeah,
Jets.
I think.
Yeah,
I think I had.
They made the
CeeDee
right
Lamb.
choice going with tackle
you-
first
you
and
have
then
to
a receiver in the
protect-
So
second
you all
round.
had Jerry Judy for Jets.
Yeah,
CeeDee
I
Lamb
thought
for
they were going
the
to take a wide receiver
Raiders.
too, because
Gotcha.
like even though Darnold needs that protection, he also has no weapons.
That's true.
Literally
Then-
nothing.
Denzel Mims in the second round, so they have a
He's
receiver.
good.
Not
Although-
as
Yeah,
talented as
Mims is solid.
To be
Yeah, but
fair,
against the
not-
Dolphins twice
Yeah.
a year, he won't be able to complete a pass.
Oh my God, stop.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
Same with Josh Allen.
Yeah,
Diggs is
okay.
going to be nowhere to be found.
Yeah,
against the
whatever you
Dolphins.
say.
They're gonna be like, wait, was Diggs playing today? He has 0 yards.
I'll make sure to start Diggs then in fantasy. If I get
Do it, please do.
Your bias is showing. So 12 was a bit of a surprise. I knew they were going to take wide receiver, but Henry Ruggs.
Good.
Why?
I wasn't
John
expecting
Gruden
that.
being John Gruden, thinking
It's
he's
John
smarter
Gruden.
than
Let me
everyone
tell you,
else.
it's him. He's a very good what's it called?
I know his
Route
40
runner.
time was really fast.
That's what
though.
they said.
He's really fast.
route runner. How
John Gruden
important
has
is
good leadership, but
yeah,
other than
how
that,
important is that
mean,
route
I don't
running?
find this as like big as a surprise as you guys do, because like, yeah, you could have went Judy, you could have went Lamb, but Ruggs is still a very good receiver, and
he's
he's
good.
Ramos,
Yeah,
you
he's
said
good.
Tua was going to go to the Redskins. Okay, so I don't know.
It was a wrong prediction, right? It was bold. We got over it. All right, now we're on
I'm
the
actually really
12th pick.
surprised we didn't shit on Ramos for the Simmons thing.
like
Like, we
Ruggs.
should a lot more.
Not as much as we
Well,
could
we,
have.
we expected it.
What were you
Yes.
saying, Brian?
I was saying how like, well, because I was saying like you guys think Ruggs was like a shock pick here. He's still a very talented player. Crazy 40 time is cool. How he was
Yeah.
saying. I forgot the number. I think it was like a
It was very
John
fast.
Ross had a
I know it was
crazy 40 time.
insanely fast.
yeah. And
John
then
Ross had a crazy 40 time.
Throws he had.
Didn't Ruggs injure himself running?
Who?
Yeah, I think so.
Ruggs, after he ran the 40-yard dash, didn't he injure himself?
Oh yeah, you're a skateboard.
This is
Same
not
exact
good,
thing with John Ross. I don't know.
Oh, geez, I don't. You're killing Raider fans here, Tyler.
I
Yeah,
speak
because
the
people
truth.
from Las Vegas are watching this video, Ramos.
though.
Yeah, they have
Way
other
too
things
drunk
to
to
do.
click on this video.
Never know. Never know.
Number 13, the Bucks traded up to be able to get this pick. They got a tackle for their new fragile quarterback,
Yeah.
Mr. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, Mr. Pretty Boy himself.
Mr. Pretty Boy
Pretty Boy.
himself. Wirfs is a very solid
Into
pick.
strangers' houses.
I think he was
Yeah,
the best.
Goes to
defensive available.
strangers.
At this point, I think he was
That
the
was
best
a
one
good
left.
pick.
So a very solid pick for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the last good tackle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
solid
They
pick.
had to.
Got Brady.
It's either him or like a defensive player.
Yeah.
At 14, the 49ers traded up to get Javon
Trade
Kinlaw.
back.
They had to. They had to do
That's
this.
what I meant.
Like
That's
DeForest
pretty
Buckner,
much DeForest
traded
Buckner's
him.
replacement.
Yeah.
They literally traded DeForest Buckner for him,
Yeah.
and he's much cheaper.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was solid.
So, not
Jerry
surprised. It was
Jeudy.
funny watching his video. His dad like fell on the floor.
Yeah, that was so
Yeah, I saw
funny.
Number 15, Broncos selected Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver out of Alabama.
I was so pissed. I was hoping he dropped to the Dolphins.
I'd say that was a stud.
You were
pick.
3 picks off.
He's a good pick. Yeah, I know.
Got Drew Lock, a
They
weapon.
needed- Good weapon.
But he's a good player.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He has
solid
a
pick.
bright future in Denver.
He's a great weapon for Drew Lock.
At 16, the Falcons took Terrell, a cornerback out of Clemson. Pretty, I think also a pretty
I
solid
didn't know
pick.
much about this guy,
Me either.
Dude,
but they needed a cornerback, so
Well, let's
Not
read
gonna
the
knock him for it.
reviews. It was imperative for them to
I like
find a
Diggs better,
cornerback
honestly.
in a division
That's
that's
the thing.
loaded with patch catchers. He's a talented cover
I'm not
corner.
gonna knock him for it. He is a good corner.
He has size, athleticism. Don't pay attention to that. He has size.
Ameritrade
yeah.
sponsoring our video.
Thanks, Ameritrade. Thanks, TD Bank. He can play inner play or press off. So he's overall, he's a pretty solid pick for them.
Yep.
At number 17, I'm surprised that he actually fell this far. The Cowboys selected CeeDee Lamb. They became, with this pick, an incredible offense, even though they already were. They gave Dak another weapon to throw to instead of just Amari Cooper. It'll ease the
My
pressure. a little.
dad wanted CD Lamb.
He's good. He's good.
He was so mad when he found out the Cowboys took him.
Yeah, he's
Of course, I'm pretty upset too, being a Giants fan. But
I feel like the Cowboys took him just because they didn't want the Eagles to take him.
that's what I was.
They tried to
Yeah,
trade him,
honestly,
yeah.
because
That's what I feel like happened.
they don't. They should have went safety because like they have like decent like
Yeah.
good
Gallup.
He's not really needed on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he makes them a much
But,
stronger
yeah.
team. Though.
But
He
they'll
doesn't
have a really
he doesn't
good
feel a
offense.
need like they needed linebackers. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need defense. That's what I thought they were
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
to
they need safeties. The
Focus on
linebackers are amazing though.
Leighton
Yeah,
Vander
but
Esch.
there was
Yeah.
I
Vander
think
Esch is
Cowboys
so
fans
good.
just overhype him.
No,
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
committed, but
He's good, but like Cowboys fans are like, oh my god, he's the greatest linebacker in the
Is Sean
league.
Lee even good?
Sean
He's
Sean
Lee.
older
Lee?
now.
Is he
Yeah.
still on the Cowboys?
Was he even good
I
though?
think he was last year or 2 years ago.
I thought he
He's
always
old.
gets hurt.
He was a
I don't
bench
know.
player, I
He
think.
does get hurt, yeah.
Oh, that's just me, but he's from.
But I'd still say he's the best linebacker in the NFC East.
Who?
Sean Lee.
Better than
Or
Van?
now maybe Leighton, but like
NFC East? Yeah.
With the
What
18th
do we have
pick,
now?
I think the Dolphins traded up.
Yeah.
No, this is
No,
already.
they
we
got
traded
this
a
for
player.
Lamb.
yeah.
Oh,
Traded
that's right.
Minka
That's
for
right.
him.
To get
Minka,
Austin
yeah.
Jackson, a solid pick, especially because they needed to defend their new quarterback who also already
True.
has an injury history.
Yeah. People say
So-
this was early, but like it was a need for us. We
Just like
had
to
do it.
say, I
for us.
predicted this pick. Number 18,
Did you?
I predicted Austin. Yeah.
Did anyone
I
else
didn't
pick
even
this
know.
pick?
He has
It
a
was a good pick.
No.
good feel good
It's a
story.
solid-
Everyone else
So
said,
I like it.
It's a very
Josh
solid
Feel good
Jones.
story.
He saved his
Brian said
sister's
Swift.
life,
It's great. That's a good person.
and he was a big need for us. So I'm not gonna knock them for this pick.
Yeah, you needed him.
I agree with
Yeah.
it.
19, the Raiders selected Damon Arnett.
Again, John Gruden being John Gruden, thinking he
Apparently.
outsmarted everyone.
I thought Diggs was better than both him and Terrell, honestly, in my opinion.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
he was trying to commit or try to enter the draft last year, but then I think Gary Carter, one of the wide receivers, like a Hall of
Oh
Famer,
yeah, they
called
persuaded
him
him.
and told him you're going back to Ohio. You're going back to Ohio State.
And it worked out
Well,
for him. Now first round.
It did.
Might not
Yeah.
have been
It
last
did,
year.
yeah, it did work out for him.
Mhm.
Yeah, it would have been like a mid-round pick.
Yeah, I'm just background, but yeah. I guess I don't know what Gruden sees, but I
Gruden.
don't,
He sees everything differently.
Yeah.
Knock on wood if you're with me.
At number 20, Jacksonville selected Clavion Chiasson.
Khalevon Chasen.
Shut up.
Yeah, he's a good
he's a
player.
Yeah, I
solid.
think he
Pretty
was
good.
He's
yeah,
a
I
good
think
player.
pretty solid.
Very
pick.
good.
You can't go wrong with that pick.
Well, like,
But that
who's
pick,
who's that guy on the what you
I
call
probably
it?
would have taken Patrick Queen
Patrick
I
Queen?
forget
Yeah,
if
I
the
don't know
Jaguars
how he
have good
fell. He went
linebackers.
28th.
Yeah, I
He
like
fell-
Patrick
He
Queen
dropped a
more.
bit.
He fell a lot from where I
What do you
Yeah, I
thought.
think
think
they're
about-
both. So you couldn't
who's the
really
guy-
go wrong with
Yeah.
that.
Who's the guy on
Mhm.
the Jaguars? What position is he? That's like on the trading block, and he's kind of like.
Yannick Ngakoue, he's an edge also. But
Okay,
like,
so this is basically his replacement, kind of,
yeah,
right?
so like,
Yeah,
I'd probably
basically.
be
Mhm.
traded
Yeah,
too.
they're getting ready for him to leave.
Yeah, they want him to leave, honestly.
Yeah. And then he was going to be traded for a first round pick, like involved in a package deal. And then he had to go and open his mouth with the co owner. And now who knows what he'll get traded for? Probably like a 5th round pick.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
that's his plan.
At
To screw over
21,
the Jaguars.
the Eagles took a need wide receiver pick, Jalen Rieger.
I thought Jefferson was better in my
I did
Yeah.
I would
too.
have picked someone
I
taller.
I
like
definitely thought
Jefferson
Justin
better.
Jefferson was better.
I don't know.
Actually, I feel like there was a bunch of receivers better than him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's definitely a need.
I mean,
but Jefferson is
he's
better.
gonna be good. I feel like.
Yeah.
Because
I like him
think
a lot, this
Denzel
guy.
Mims is also better than him.
He was projected the first round in a lot of mock drafts, so he
Yeah,
fell.
he was.
Late first round.
He dropped.
Right.
Yeah.
But whatever, Eagles need a receiver, so
Yeah, they
did.
definitely
they
need a
got their
receiver. So they filled a need regardless of if it was the best player available
Yeah.
for them to take.
hmm
And then directly following them, Justin Jefferson went to the Vikings.
Stephon Diggs' replacement.
Yeah, Diggs'
Yeah.
replacement. Yeah.
Great.
I think he's a
pick, I
good
thought.
player. I think Bills could have just taken Justin Jefferson, and they could have been fine with that.
Yeah, honestly,
Well,
that
I think he
probably-
would have been fine for us, but I think Diggs is still better.
Yeah.
You also have to pay Diggs, though.
So
Jefferson,
he's
you could
worth
keep
it
on a cheap deal because he's
for
a rookie.
now. Yeah.
But it was a good pick by the Vikings.
Yeah, solid
pretty
pick for
good.
the
Yeah, I agree.
Vikings. At number 3, the Chargers took Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma.
Can I say something about this real quick? Not
Go for it.
like the pick.
Yeah, go
New
for it.
England trading back. That's a safe salary cap. Kind of a smart move by them. You know, they don't really
Yeah.
use their first round picks. Just
classic Belichick fashion. Just when he
Yeah.
doesn't have someone that he wants, like his guy, in the first round, he'll trade back, get more capital.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think overall
I
that's
feel like
like
that's very smart.
he's playing 6D chess. You cannot deny that Bill Belichick is a very smart head coach.
Especially because
Uh,
they lost a lot of players this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Free
Oh, by the way, you guys remember the guy that Bill Belichick was working out in the rain during the combine?
yeah.
Yeah, Dolphins signed him.
What's his name?
Really?
Actually,
Yeah, we stole him in free agent in the undrafted free agent
Undrafted,
market.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah. All right.
I mean, what do you expect?
the
We steal all
Chargers, though-
Bill Belichick's players.
Yeah, never
The
mind.
Chargers, though, I
Yeah,
kind of
Kenneth
like
Murray, by the way, he's a good player. But
yeah,
He's
solid
gonna be
player.
good.
Queen. I like
Yeah, solid.
Queen more, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Me too.
yeah, I think Queen's better than
Mhm.
Murray.
Mhm.
But- It's a fine pick.
24, the Saints took Cesar Ruiz out of Michigan.
He's a good, very
I
good
feel like
player.
they're going to play him at guard because I think they have a good center.
I think so too.
I don't think they have.
No, I think
yeah,
they
he's
do
an-
have a center.
Then they have
They-
a good offensive line in general, which is why I thought they were going to go defense in this
They're just
draft.
trying to build it
Yeah,
up, I guess.
I would have suggested defense.
But he's a very
for
good player.
Saints.
He's going to play
Yeah, he is.
inside, interior.
Protection for Drew
offense.
Brees. He's getting older,
That's
so
true.
you don't want
That's
him to get
very
hit.
true. 25, the 49ers took Brendan Ayuk from ASU.
Traded up, I think.
I think
Yeah, they
I
traded
think
up.
they
You
had
can
like
just
the
plug it in.
30th pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, 31st.
Yeah.
But also a good
Yeah.
pick. Needed to give Garoppolo
Oh,
some
yeah.
weapons because they lost Sanders.
Especially
Big time.
considering
Yeah.
with like the Marquise Goodwin trade that happened today, Sunday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
When I was watching Brandon Ayuk's highlights, he looked pretty good.
Yeah, he was
No.
getting some late first round praise. Had a breakout year for the Sun
Yeah.
Devils.
Yeah.
It's
Good pick.
it's funny because we all predicted in the mock draft that they would go wide receiver first and then defensive lineman, and they did reverse.
They did the opposite way, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, which was probably the smarter.
Hmm?
I agree.
idea.
Probably, yeah.
At number
That was a smarter
26,
choice.
my prediction that no one
You did call
believed
it.
in, the Green Bay Packers traded up to get Jordan Love. No one believed in me. I was the only one
We're
who
gonna be
said,
waiting for that Jordan Love jersey.
oh my
Yeah, I
God,
don't
you
know
know for a fact
why.
I'm getting one.
I feel that's so disrespectful.
It is, in my opinion. I thought it was a dumb selection.
Disrespectful.
Rogers is
congrats to
gone in a
Ryan,
year or
but
He's
two.
he's getting
selection.
old. I think with drafting a quarterback to watch like a top tier quarterback, the way he plays to learn from
Yeah.
him, that's very smart. So they have a like wet clay basically. That's what Jordan Love is to me. He's wet clay that Aaron Rodgers is going to mold into the ideal quarterback, and the Packers are going to be a threat
If
again.
you're Aaron
Well,
Rodgers, do you
that's what they said about EJ Manuel, though. They literally said he was wet clay, and look how that turned out.
do you say
Who,
like
who was he learning under though?
Yeah, for Aaron
No,
Rodgers,
no,
or
he
you
Yeah,
was
say
sure.
not
He's
learning
not,
under
he's
Aaron
not
Rodgers.
learning under Aaron Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks.
Yeah,
right
this
now.
guy's learning under Aaron Rodgers, which
Well,
is
I
different.
mean,
he could just
well,
say screw you and just not.
yeah, Sean,
Like this is the Brett Favre
actually-
Rodgers.
Yeah.
I
Sean,
think
you've
it's a little
actually
different, though.
brought up two
Still
great
going on.
points. The first one is like, how could like he probably feels betrayed because Green Bay has never drafted a first round wide receiver like to get help for
His
Rodgers.
weapons.
Which is crazy.
That's,
Yeah.
I think they should have in
They
this draft, in
still
my
never
opinion.
took one in this whole draft.
They didn't take a wide receiver. They took a tight
Or
end, I
maybe
think,
all
right?
the good wide receivers came off the board, so they're like,
Maybe they'll just trade
Just
one in
take
the
a
They
offseason.
didn't
Offseason.
Trade
draft
for
them. They
one.
drafted.
Well, I don't know. Denzel Mims was still available, like you said, Tyler. But
Is there
Yeah.
still a wide receiver in free agency that's available? Like a decent one?
and don't forget
I
they did
guess.
trade
Not
up.
sure.
Dolphins traded
Let's look it
down.
up.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
yeah,
But listen, I'm telling you, this is a very smart pick for the Packers. I know it may seem disrespectful to the man who has literally carried them. I'm telling you, it's a very smart
Took them
pick.
one game away. One game away.
one game away from the Super Bowl. Maybe if they had
But-
someone other
Yeah.
besides Adams.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan Love's
They're
not going to play
built.
for the
They're
next
not
3 years,
building.
then.
They're
That's
not
what you're
building for win
saying.
now, though. Jordan Love is a future pick.
Next 3
I think it's a
years.
very
3
smart.
They
years.
should be building to win
They're
now.
one win.
Yeah, they
Super
should
Bowl.
be.
Yeah, they can win.
I
they don't
think
Yeah,
have
they
to.
can win now.
I think they
Devontae
can,
Adams, that's it.
but they're looking to build for the future because you can
Why,
win
though?
now. Sure, you can win now, of course. Like,
You've
and it
arguably
would be
one of the
very
best
smart. You'd
quarterbacks
have the
ever.
championships. You'd have the championships like in your hand. But I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be in the NFL for more than 2 more years. So to be able to
I
draft for
don't-
the future
I
after
think it's
that,
gonna be lower than that.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Probably won't be on the
He's already
Packers.
he's what
contract is
37 now.
Rodgers is going until he's
36.
36.
He's
Rodgers is
turning
going to go at
37
least till he's
later
40.
this year.
No,
Okay,
until
so
his
Phil
contract is
Rivers
ending.
until he's 40.
So is it, yeah,
Yeah.
Phillips is like what?
You think they're going to
39?
sign him for
40?
just a
40, I
2-year
think.
deal?
Who?
Because he's already
His contract
36.
ends
His
when he's, like,
contract
39.
ends. I think his contract ends when he's 38.
I
So
thought it was
that's 2 years from
39.
now. I think is either 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So I don't
in
think
2
he's going to be
years.
in. He's not going to be in there after maybe 2 years, max
It
3.
depends how he does.
So I think it's
Yeah.
very smart for them to draft a quarterback now that can have. So one of the reasons that I think, biased Giants fan, that Daniel Jones was so successful was that he had the mentor quarterback of Eli Manning, and to have a top tier quarterback in
I'm not
Aaron
sure about that.
Rodgers being able to
Yeah.
shut up. Having a top tier quarterback like Aaron Rodgers be able to like teach and pass on the knowledge to a young quarterback like Jordan Love, I think it's a very smart pick, and I think it's going to be a successful pick in the future. And
They
you
could
can
have
mark my
drafted
words.
Jake
In 3
Fromm
years,
later on,
in 3
They drafted my
years,
boy.
when we come back and review this
or
podcast,
Jacob Eason.
he's going to be an MVP. Mark my words.
Jake Fromm coming at you, okay?
All right,
I'm
we
just
have less than-
saying.
we have
Well,
less than-
Howie's a
enough, yeah.
Jordan Love supporter
I am a big Jordan Love
for the
guy.
rest
He's my
of his
boy.
career.
If he
Jordan
becomes
Love
a
is my
bust,
boy.
it's
So
on
is
you.
Ramos, though.
If he
Ramos
No,
is
becomes
he's
a
a
become
bust,
a
it's on
Packers
you,
fan at
Ryan.
this point.
If he, you know what? If he is a bust, then it's my fault. I'll take full responsibility. If the Packers suddenly tank and are no longer good, the Packers can come sue me. I don't care. I'm telling you that Jordan Love is going to be a solid pick.
Wait, Ramos, did you still think that Jordan Love was a top 10 pick? You said that
I mean,
before.
Yeah, you did say that he was
that
going
was
to go
what I
top 10.
thought he could be.
What?
Yeah, okay.
You
Now
said
that
he
everyone's
would
finally
be.
shitting on me,
And you
don't
said
wanna
he would be
take it
picked over
anymore.
Herbert by the Chargers. So did Howie,
Well,
to
I
be
was
fair,
just-
but
I was
yeah.
thinking because like they had
Be scared.
I'm sorry if the last video cut out. Tyler's internet is dog shit. So let's move on.
What do you mean? It's my
Ramos,
fault.
Ramos, you gotta explain your.
So yeah,
All right.
cut it. Ramos, you got to finish explaining.
well, I was just saying like I mean, what the thing is about like the NFL draft is like anybody can like it's like so unexpected or like anything can happen. Like hence the corner that the Raiders took, Arnett. But I mean, Love, they're like his name's been floating around in the top 10. His name's been floating around the second round. But
Simmons was
I
floating
honestly-
around in the top 5 too.
once I saw that Jacksonville took CJ Henderson, I honestly didn't think Love was gonna go in the first round. But he did. And I mean,
No, but before the draft,
No
they
one
thought he was gonna
believes
go
in my
over
boy, Jordan Love.
Like,
We
But then,
believe
like,
in him. We just didn't know where he would go.
Show
but then
some
once
love.
the Packers took Love, I honestly, to what Sean said, if I was Aaron Rodgers, I'd feel disrespected that they didn't get someone to help him out. They kind of gave up on him. And he did so much for Green Bay, giving a Super Bowl.
Yeah. What I have
Competing in
to
and
add
out.
on, but yeah,
Honestly,
they're ready for the future. You know, they're already giving up on that, like on him
yeah.
right now. They're focused on the future after
Honestly,
he's
if
gone.
I'm Aaron Rodgers, I would consider just not teaching Love and just winning out, not taking time to teach.
I don't
the
think you could
rookies.
do
Some
that, though.
Well, I
quarterbacks
think that
don't
would make
do
you
that.
a
They don't
huge
teach the young
asshole.
guy.
Yeah,
I
that would
think
make
that
you a
already
huge
is.
asshole. No, he's
to be
not an
honest,
asshole.
Rogers is yes,
Rodgers
he
is most certainly not an asshole.
He
He's
is.
not an asshole.
You've
Like
not listened to
Brady,
him
I
talk.
could feel like he would be an
Nah,
asshole.
Rogers is
about
a
that.
cool guy.
He's a nice
Brady
guy.
Brady was the one who
Rodgers
didn't.
blames his receivers all the time. He talks to them all the time to the
Yeah, he
media,
can-
He
like to
blames
their
his
face.
coaches.
He's
Yeah, he
blamed.
blames everyone but
coaches.
himself. He's actually
his-
an asshole. Like, he's a great quarterback, but he's
team
an asshole.
sucks
Aaron
around him
Rodgers
usually.
never
on the
teach
field,
Brett
probably.
Hundley.
What?
Why is this still
Stop,
here?
Ramos.
Brett Hundley wasn't at the top. I think
He was a
was
third
drafted.
round pick, but still.
Yeah,
Brett Hundley was not the answer there.
Didn't he actually
He's not the
ball
answer.
out against?
You know, they
like,
said that
the
about Davis Webb. He was the
49ers or
answer
the
for
Seahawks?
Eli Manning's successor.
Yeah, Brett Hundley had like one good game. I
Yeah,
remember
he did. He came in for Murray and he actually balled out and won.
that.
Are we recording?
No,
Yes,
good thing.
We've been recording the whole time.
I really
yeah,
hope.
you're good.
Okay, yeah,
Hold
we're
on.
still
Okay,
recording.
let's go. Who
All
we're at
right,
now?
Let's
Jordan
move on. We're at
Brooks?
Jordan Brooks, 27.
Surprise.
Patrick
one.
Queen was
Fuck.
still on the board.
Yeah,
Patrick Queen would have been a better play to take.
Queen went 28th, where I think in our mock draft we projected him to go like 12th.
He should have went earlier.
So I don't.
No, we didn't do the 12th.
He's a
We
great
had him
player.
going to the Patriots before they got traded.
All right, so
23rd.
23rd.
Oh, yeah,
He
true.
could have went. He could have went
23rd
23rd.
then.
Or the
Yeah, he still could've
Chargers
went
could have
23rd
picked
to
him.
Chargers.
Chargers could
Yeah,
have
because the
picked
Chargers
him.
picked Kenneth Murray. So the Chargers traded to
Yeah.
get a
They
linebacker.
see something
That's
that
what
we
I'm
don't.
saying.
I mean, they're the ones that get paid, so you
They
know.
That's
get
very
paid to
true.
do this stuff.
We
Yeah.
don't make a dime for any of these videos, so that's why you should
I don't
make
think
sure
we
to
will.
subscribe to our page. Maybe listen to the ad. That was
All
probably
I
at the
know
beginning
is
of this
that we're
video.
smarter than John Gruden, so
That's
Anyone
true.
is.
We are certainly smarter than John Gruden.
I could have made better picks for the Raiders past 2 years.
Mm.
All right, now we're on actually Patrick Queen, unless we just want to skip him because I mean, my
Good
eyes
player,
one of the
very
one
good.
of the best linebackers. So
Yeah,
He
this
beefs
was a
up that
steal.
defense for the
He was
Raiders.
the second
he was
best, I
definitely a
think,
steal
in
at
the-
28.
And
Definitely.
also, he like fits into the Ravens system perfectly, where he's like that like traditional, like he reminds me of an obviously like less enforcive Ray Lewis, but like that type of player with like elite speed, but will still come back and clock you. Like he's just like
Yeah.
a generational linebacker that's probably gonna do wonders.
He's also
for
kind of a
Ravens.
replacement for C.J. Mosley.
Who else
Yeah.
did you
Yeah.
say was a generational talent in our last video, Ramos?
Isaiah Simmons, and you know what? I'm moving on. That the Giants shouldn't take. But it's whatever.
I think
Isaiah
I think we
Wilson?
should be done shitting on Ramos about Simmons. I think he's taken it way better than I thought he would. So we're gonna move
Yeah.
on to the 29th pick for the Tennessee Titans was Isaiah Wilson out of
I
Georgia.
mean,
He is a
they-
right tackle. Replacement
lose
for
Conklin,
Tom
right?
Brady.
Replacement for Jack Conklin, but
But I don't know if he's a
good player,
very good.
Georgia. Like the
Decent.
SEC, they
Alright.
usually produce good players. But did you guys watch like when he got drafted? So
Yeah, they said
I
they said
literally
he was
didn't
a
watch him in
development.
his,
the NFL
He was a
draft.
development. He needs to be developed.
So his girlfriend, so like in the video, because he was one of the 58 players that was invited. His girlfriend was like giving him a hug, like, "Oh my God, you just got drafted! Like, congrats." His mom comes over, pulls her out of the way, like in the camera, and then like she goes off camera, like she's like, you're not talking to my son right now. Like I want to celebrate with my son, and
Oh
he
my
gives her
God.
a hug.
I don't think it
And,
was
like-
that. I think she was blocking the view. So
Yeah.
she's like, "Get out of my."
She wanted
son's-"
screen time.
Yeah, she
He
wanted to
wanted-
be with her
He
son.
wanted to be
Yeah.
on it.
She wanted the clout.
Yeah.
She's clout chasing.
I mean,
I thought it
Mrs.
was the
Wilson.
guy.
She is
From,
dating an
uh,
NFL player now, so
Yeah, but that could change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That could change.
It
it
always
could very
changes.
quickly.
it
Just like
changes
Jamarcus Russell.
all
only
the
in the league
time.
for 3 seasons.
Oh God, Jamarcus.
Listen, as long as Isaiah Wilson watches tape, he'll be fine.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
lie
like-
about it.
I feel like Mike Vrabel will teach him one.
I saw blitz packages on these blank tapes.
Like, why did they pick him number 1?
They're idiots.
Noah, I'm not even going to pretend to know his last name. Out of Auburn, was drafted 30th
Yeah,
overall after the
I still
Dolphins
need to
traded
learn his
down.
last name because he is on my favorite team. But at first, I didn't really understand the pick when I saw cornerback next to his name because I felt like we had 2 great corners already. I felt like a safety could have been taken right here. But then once I researched into it, I get the pick because he's a slot corner. So we're going to have 3 lockdown corners now on the field. And also he fits our system of playing press and man-to-man against the
I
receivers.
don't know. I like Diggs and Gladney more, in my opinion.
Well, Diggs is more of an
Okay,
outside
okay.
receiver. We were looking for a slot guy.
Okay.
So
There's not much more to say
Yeah.
about that. They traded down and gave the Packers.
I'm
a
just
chance to
surprised he
draft a
picked him.
generational quarterback in
all right.
Jordan Love.
and from Auburn, they produced good defensive players.
Sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead, Sean. What were you saying?
No, I haven't heard of this guy, Noah,
Yeah,
whatever his
me
last
neither.
name.
We're not even going to
But-
pretend to know his last name.
His parents were Olympians, so
That is true.
He's
He's a
got to
good-
be
I did not
good
know
somewhat
that.
athlete.
good.
Holy
He's
shit.
He's got to
good
be somewhat of
athlete.
an athlete.
Very good athlete.
Nigerian Auburn product.
Auburn, very good.
Future's looking bright in Miami. I mean, they had 3 first-round picks. They got 2 next year.
Yep, looking good. To an MVP in the future. Just
All
one.
right,
Okay,
Okay,
next
okay.
pick.
relax here. Let's relax here.
Jeff,
Not before
Jeff
Jordan Love.
Gladney.
Not before Jordan Love.
Let's
Shut
not,
up.
jump to
It's never gonna be
conclusions
Jordan
here,
Love.
Let's not jump.
Actually, I will tell you this. I did have Jordan Love ranked higher than Herbert. I will tell you that.
So I think
I actually
now,
do like
No.
Love better.
if the Packers are preparing for the future, I think in next year's draft or in free agency, they're going to start going for more wide
They're gonna
receivers.
get Jordan Love a weapon.
They're going to yeah.
They're gonna draft a
Jordan
receiver
Love
for him.
weapon. Aaron Rodgers might ask for a trade. Like,
When they know
they're
Jordan
gonna
Love's
trade
starting,
up
they're
to
going
make
to
sure to
draft
give Jordan
draft
Love
the
a weapon.
receiver. They're gonna trade. Yeah, they're gonna trade up to make sure they get the best receiver in the draft.
yeah.
Disrespect.
So yeah, 31st, Jeff Gladney out of Texas for Vikings.
Good player.
Solid
Yeah,
pick.
Yeah, I
solid.
think it's a solid pick.
Yeah, he's a good pick.
They needed corners. They traded down.
I was not liking the Chiefs pick though. Just gonna
Yeah.
put it out there.
Surprised
Chief
that he was the
pick,
first.
honestly, it
I don't even
surprised me
know
'cause, like, they
his
already
whole
have the
name.
best
It
all-
surprised me, but I do get the pick for why
He's
they picked him
fast.
because he is
fast.
a catch passing running back, and usually Mahomes has the ball in his
Mhm.
hands 100% of the time on offense.
That is true.
I won't say 100%. I'll say like 98%. So like he's a good player to have for Mahomes.
He's
So I
no
get
longer
the pick.
he's no longer the smallest person on the team.
He is the best
Yeah.
pass catcher out of the 4, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Well, we'll start with Bert
Okay.
first. Bert, how did you feel the Bills did in the draft? And if you had to give them a grade overall,
We can
what would you
actually
give them?
stop sharing that.
If I had to give them a grade, I'd probably give them like B minus B. It was more of like a depth draft, so we had like solid players to fill in. I really liked Epineza as our first pick. I think he dropped way down the draft. I'm glad we scooped him up. I also liked Fromm as a backup QB. I think he's solid, but again, he's not going to start, which is why I said it's more of a depth type draft for us.
Mhm.
The only pick I really didn't like was the fucking kicker pick. That made no sense to me.
Why would you
You
draft
already
They
have
need a kicker.
Hoshka.
The
Why
Bills.
would
You already
draft a
have
kicker?
Hoshka. So I don't know why we drafted a kicker. That made no sense to me, but the
What
rest
round
of
did
it,
What round did you
Kicker.
draft him in though?
I think 5th. Let me check.
Oh my god, that's way too high of a pick for
The
a kicker.
kicker?
No,
I think
the
Bill
kicker was
Belichick
six. It was
picked a
six.
kicker in the 4th round.
Yeah,
No,
the Patriots
it was Bill
did.
Belichick that picked the kicker in the
It was
5th
the
They
round.
don't have a
we
kicker,
took him in
though.
the
That was
sixth
because they
pick.
didn't have a kicker.
Yeah, they don't
'cause
have
cut
one.
Steven Gostkowski.
Yeah,
They
but
actually
the
needed a
Bills
kicker.
actually
The
have a
Bills
kicker.
have a kicker.
Oh, also
Oh,
shout
yeah, it
out
was
to
Hauschka?
yeah, Hauschka. Shout out to Zach Moss, Utah U on Buffalo Bills. I
Yeah,
think
you're
he's gonna be pretty
You're
I knew
definitely
that was
watching
wide receiver
this.
this year.
He's
It was a
definitely
matter of
watching
time when that was coming.
this.
Yeah. But
Oh,
I
wait,
thought it
Zach
was
Moss.
B minus
What
grade
team did he
overall.
play for?
Utah.
Utah.
Oh, yeah.
Wide receiver from the Utah Utes. All right, so there you go.
All right,
That's your favorite player now?
Tyler, how do you feel?
No,
the
go
Miami
Giants first because
Dolphins?
we already know about the
go for
Browns.
Giants.
Yeah, go Giants first.
Want me to go first?
No, we'll
Oh,
go.
Dolphins last? Okay.
All right.
All three.
You guys
Wow,
go
you go
first.
first. You know the least out of football out of all. of us.
So if I were to rate the draft for the Giants, I'd probably give it like a B. You know, I think they could have certainly. There were better O linemen to draft in the first round, certainly. But you know what? I've learned not to draft to judge Gettleman. Not Gettleman. Gettleman. I was right.
Yes.
Yeah, he's their GM.
So I've learned not to really doubt him when it comes to drafting because Daniel Jones, despite being able to draft him way later, has turned into an insane pick. One of the better rookie quarterbacks. Not the best. He's not the best, but certainly a fantastic future pick. He's gonna lead the Giants really well. So even if he's not, in my opinion, the best on the board, and in a lot of other football professionals, the best on the board, I certainly think that maybe Gettleman saw something we didn't. So obviously he thought differently when he was drafting Daniel Jones. He's thinking differently now. And he wouldn't just go out, go make a random pick and take a chance on a guy that when his job is on the line. So obviously he sees something that maybe we don't. So I think it's a possibility that it was a pretty good draft and he maybe knows what he's doing. I know it's a shock for a professional to actually know what they're doing, but it's possible. So I think it's a good chance.
All right, Sean, how do you think the Giants did?
You see, up to the 5th round, I thought they did really good, like B+. But then from round 6, 7, the last 2 rounds, they drafted 4 out of the 5 picks they had through that. They drafted 4 linebackers, and we already have Blake Martinez. We
They're
have
probably gonna cut a
Kyle
lot of them.
Fork.
Yeah,
what?
plus they'll be special
They're
teams.
probably gonna cut a lot
and
of
they're gonna
those,
get
or
cut.
some
Yeah,
of them.
like, I don't know. I just feel like
Also, those are like
I'd
the
wanted a-
later rounds, so a lot of it.
I
you're-
wanted
you're
a
not gonna be as
center.
valuable.
I'm pissed that Dallas took our center, Tyler, whatever.
Tyler Badage.
I wanted him. I thought the Giants were going to pick him if we had the opportunity. But McKinney was a steal. I feel like at round 2, he's very good. The other guard or other tackle, he could be good, but it's kind of iffy on that. Overall, I feel like did pretty well. I'll give it a B+.
Yeah, I'd give the Giants like an A-, B+. Andrew Thomas protecting Daniel Jones and Barkley, so he was taken at 4 to protect the Giants' investments. Xavier McKinney, steal the draft, or one of the biggest steals. If you ask him what position he is, he'll tell you. He's a defensive back. He'll cover you. He'll protect the run. He'll pass, rush. He'll do anything. And the only reason why he fell out of the first round was because he ran a slow 40. That was viewed by some. But not everything in football is your 40 speed. It's also about tackling, coverage skills, and that's what he tends to bring to the Giants. And he's a hard-hitting safety. Matt Parrott, the 3rd-round pick, he has the potential to be good. He has a lot of upside, but he's not someone that you'll plug in and play right now. And, with the exception of the McKinney pick, it wasn't the most exciting draft, but it filled a lot of needs, like Bert said, with his Bills, a lot of. And, to go off what Sean said, those linebackers, 4 out of 5 is a lot, but most of them will be intended to be used for special teams if they make the team, which is also a big if. So, I'd say I'd give the Giants an A-, B+, somewhere in that range.
All right, Tyler.
Tyler's gonna give him an A+,
I'm next.
100%.
Because of 2.
I'm not gonna give it an A+. No draft is perfect. For the Dolphins, I give it around A minus, probably more A minus. Like after we picked Tua, I'm like, okay, there's no way we could screw up this draft now because we got our franchise QB. And like I feel like if you find your franchise QB in the draft, it should at least be a B plus at that point.
Yeah.
It's like right after Tua, I already gave the team a B plus draft. And I also liked how we also fixed a bunch of holes that we had after free agency, like picking up three offensive linemen like Austin Jackson, Robert Hunt, and Solomon Kindley. They're all 3 good players who could actually be starters right away for us if they perform well in training camp. I also like the Noah, not going to say his last name. I like that pick because I watched some of his highlights, found out he only gave up 3 touchdowns. I think it was either his final year or throughout his whole career of playing corner. But it's still a very good player, made by Olympians, so he's got to have some talent.
Made by Olympians.
Made by Olympians.
I mean, he has a point.
He has upside to him.
The way.
Also, Raekwon Davis, a great nose tackle to have.
Oh, Tyler.
Great.
Oh, geez.
Oh, no.
When we run it's great to have, so people don't run all over us like the Bills or the Jets.
Oh.
What? I'm just saying.
All right.
Great, solid guy right there.
So this was supposed to be a video for
one more thing.
Okay.
We got the
someone
steal
said
of the draft with Curtis Weaver.
Ah.
That guy should have went earlier in the draft,
Yeah.
but dropped
Okay.
all the way to the 5th round. That was insane.
Wait, I have
Glad we
something.
picked him up.
I was
That's
on
what
that
you say.
after.
I have
go
something to
first,
say
Bert.
too.
No, you guys can. Go
I have
first.
something to say.
This is
say
not
as well.
related to the.
Tyler,
Dolphins,
how
so
do you
yeah.
have something
It's
more
not
to
related
say?
to any team.
Here,
Did you see the last guy we
I'll
picked?
go first.
Malcolm Perry from Navy. Very versatile player.
Yeah, he
Yeah, but he's going to go into the armed forces.
No,
He's
Navy
gonna be an
like
NFL
gave him
player.
permission
Yeah,
to
Really?
you can
Okay.
leave.
to have his
Mhm.
NFL career, and then whenever that ends, he can report.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah, but what if he's like 40? What if he goes on for like a 30-year?
Well, he won't be a
20-year
soldier.
Great. Hall
Soldier.
of Famer.
But no, it's like I was watching the draft and I saw like some funny stuff. I don't know if you guys saw, but there was the first thing, the Titans thing with like the girlfriend situation. But then there was another thing that I found really funny was when they were showing the Titans war room and they had Mike Vrabel and then his son was like dressed as like Mr. Frozone from The Incredibles, like who I thought it was. And but then another thing with the Mike thing was his son was this was probably staged because I can't imagine a person doing this in front of his family, but he was like taking a shit or something. He was sitting on the toilet and he leaves the door open with the camera filming. And then the other thing was I forgot what team and what player it was, but someone got drafted. I think it was day 2. And you see like in the camera the players like on the phone exciting celebrating his family. Then you see, I think, his brother and then his brother's girlfriend come in, and she is pulling down her dress, and he's putting a shirt back on. So who knows what went down behind closed doors? I thought that was pretty
Listen,
funny.
if my man got drafted into the NFL, he deserves some. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, it was his brother. Like it
brother.
wasn't even the actual player.
Wait, which player was it?
I don't remember. It was someone. I would
In
need
the
to go
first
back
round,
and look.
You gotta look now.
No, it was day 2. So like second or
Okay.
third round.
All
But
right.
no, I
That's
think
funny.
the draft was really exciting, and
It was.
there was a lot of, and they handled it like well. Like a draft goes, like a plan like is drafted. Like you plan out your draft and host it for like 6 months, and the fact that they just put it together on a Zoom on a virtual thing, I think they did a really good job. And there's a lot of surprises that kept people wanting to watch. I don't know how like late you guys watched, but I
didn't watch a
every
minute
round.
of the
I watched
draft.
every round as well.
I
It was
watched
funny
Shout
when
out.
Goodell was announcing picks from his chair.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
that was hilarious.
I was gonna say shout out to
He looks so
Goodell
comfortable.
when he asked for people to boo him.
Yeah.
because he's
After he was
used to
booing
it.
for it, that was
though.
actually pretty sick.
I would
And
do him too.
another funny thing was like when the Chargers, like, because you know how they put like fans of the team showing their pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like 4 boxes for the Chargers of just blank screens with the logo, and like I saw like all the memes. It's like even the NFL draft is realistic when you can't even find 12 Charger fans.
That's pretty funny.
And then the thing with like And then the Goodell thing where he had a mulligan and like was trying to announce that Vegas was getting another chance to host the draft and like they'll host it in 2020, but like it's already 2020. That was pretty funny. And then what was really cringy was he was shaking the M&Ms when he was trying to rally up like the virtual.
Was he eating
fans.
those during the whole thing? Because they were getting like it was getting lower, like the
What?
quantity. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah,
I know
yeah,
That means he probably
was.
was eating it throughout the whole thing.
Sean would notice the food.
I did notice that. My bad.
Oh, but another actually.
Oh
Sean,
yeah,
you brought
Herbert was
this up.
loaded with food.
Oh yeah, Sean.
Yes, I did like that. I enjoyed that.
Sean wasn't looking at the prospects that were drafted. He was looking at the food.
Rainbow, stop. It's you.
Stop! Everyone, stop talking. Ramos, you need to fix your sound quality in the future because holy fuck, he's just gone.
Hey, what happened?
You ear-rape us
so
every
bad. That was
single
the worst
video.
part of my life.
Oh my bad.
Also, I loved it how Rodrigo pronounced Tua's last name. Completely botched it.
He watched a few people's names.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, for him, it's kind of hard though.
I think
Right?
Tyler's frozen.
Tyler, please tell me.
Tyler?
Tyler's
He's just smiling right now.
staring into.
Oh
the
no,
abyss. Oh, there it is.
my internet connection is unstable. Was I frozen?
Yes,
Yeah.
for the longest time.
He's smiling.
All right, you know what? Honestly, I don't really want to edit this much at the end of the video because I have a feeling no one's watching right now. So
It won't matter.
it
All right,
doesn't
wait,
really
I got-
matter.
Guys, I'm playing Candy Crush right now.
Sean,
my
put it
God.
away. Candy
All
Crush is
right,
not
I got one.
sponsoring us.
One
Yeah.
last thing to say.
No. Clyde, make sure to block that out, that image of Candy Crush. They don't
Block
get a
it.
sponsor unless they call us.
Listen, hey, Candy Crush Saka, if you're watching, give us a ring. We'll,
I play. I'm a competitive.
No, we don't. We'll obviously start playing it though, if you sponsor us.
We will start playing it if you sponsor us. Yes.
Make sure to call us.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Bert.
Wait, so I have one more thing to say. So as all of you know, we did a mock draft. That was our first ever podcast. I went back and watched through it, and in terms of the mock draft itself, we got 6 picks correct. So the first 7,
Put the
that's
applause
19%.
sound. Put the applause sound. Right here.
Maybe next year we'll do better.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
in
still
terms of
probably
our-
did better than John Gruden though.
Look, the
In terms-
actual NFL's like I watched their mock draft and I think we got more right than they did. So I think we did a pretty good job.
Who did we give the Raiders? Anyone know? Still probably better than the players they actually chose.
Jerry Judy.
Yeah, I think we gave him Jerry Judy.
And who else?
No, we gave the Jets Judy.
Oh, and we
Oh,
got them.
you're
We gave them
We gave the
Lamb.
Raiders
Lamb.
Lamb. We
Lamb
gave the Raiders
and
Lamb.
I gave them
And who
AJ
else?
Terrell as a cornerback.
Perfect.
Yeah, but in terms of our like personal picks, like our personal selection, what we said, I'll start from worst to first. So worst was Brian. He got 5 picks correct. So much for Simmons and Tua. Tyler was next with 6 picks correct. Ryan
Sweet.
surprisingly came in second with 7. Yeah,
And Bert probably got 8.
and I was 8.
I
So
did
that's
not
25%.
Because Sean wasn't there because, as you can see, he's on his phone and never pays attention to anything.
Who else did you get right?
Yeah, wait, who did you
Uh,
get? Oh my God, how is it almost over?
What?
We have
Oh,
10
I got
minutes.
Jedrick Wills right, Austin Jackson, and then the 6 of the first 7. Everything besides the Giants.
No one got the Andrew
No
Thomas
one
one
got
correct?
the No one got the Giants.
No.
No one
Dude,
expected that.
Simmons is going to the Giants 100%.
Guys, he's a generational talent.
generational talent.
We
No
know
way
I
the
hope he
Giants
sucks
screwed
for
this up.
Arizona.
You knew this was coming, Ramos.
You did.
Brian, you just gotta
I knew it was
own up
coming. That's
to
why I
it.
was bracing myself. But
Also, we can't see your
Generational
face this
talent.
entire time.
Gettleman won't
It's
let
been
this slip
blocked.
through his fingers.
It's an
There's no
unlocked
way.
NBA 2K, man. It's Ramos.
There's just no way we take a tackle at 4. Impossible.
It's confirmed.
I never said it was impossible.
It's
I said it was like a,
confirmed, guys.
I thought they were
Confirmed.
going to go. There was always
Confirmed by the
possibility.
Onion, everyone.
There's
We
no
confirmed
way
what?
we don't take the generational talent that is.
I didn't think you would take a
Simmons.
tackle like below, like
Our
at
defense
4. Like, I
needs
thought
help.
they would trade down. I thought it was either Simmons at 4 or you
No,
trade the
also,
pick.
it was because the offensive line wasn't the flashy pick. That's why.
That was
Yeah.
the
Simmons
main
was the
reason.
fly-
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't the flashy pick.
You
It's
hate
not give offensive tackle some love.
I'm so
With all
glad
the
I
edits
recorded.
next to it too.
I'm so glad I recorded before the actual episode started because I have some good sound bites from that. So yeah, just make sure. You know what? Fuck it. Put it in like the
you can't
in, like,
curse, bro.
best first overall draft video. Put like give
Who
the
are you
offensive
looking
tackle-
at? There's no one else in the room with you.
No one else is probably
Brendan's
watching this.
right there.
But you're the editor.
Honestly,
I'm looking into
Who do you
my
think's actually
own
watching
eyes.
that? Who do you think's actually watching this?
At this point, no one. This is over an hour. This is
Actually,
almost
though,
an hour
our-
into the video.
Our last 2 videos have the most watch time.
Yeah.
Average.
Wait,
They're like
Really?
20 to 30 minutes. Yeah.
Oh my. Well, the video is only 30 minutes, so
Yeah.
this video is over an hour long.
People wanted to know our rankings.
Hey, you know what?
Dude.
It's important.
All
Dude,
60
honestly,
of
when
them.
Brian was telling me that people actually watch us, I'm like, what?
We have 32 views on our most
Actually
recent
watch this.
episode, and
Yeah.
our
How
first
was
video,
your
our
opinion?
first video got over 360, and our most
Bro,
recent
how
one
was
got
that?
32.
How was our
During
European
the draft.
market? Should we start selling
Oh,
to our European
No, our
market?
European
Like-
markets died down. We now have 109% United States.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's possible.
Sweet.
No, that's what it said for the first video too. It says 106% stop at like the 10 second, like 10-second mark. Okay.
All right. You know what? I think we should end this video here. We only have 6 minutes. So
Sure.
that is all the time we have. Thank you guys. If you want more just out of the normal videos, like random Mondays, Fridays, we're actually going to be posting one on May 4th. Make sure to tune into that one.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. And if you're still watching, thank you so much. Honestly, I don't know how you do it. But
'Cause
thank you
don't
guys so much for
do it.
watching. So we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
See ya.